Hello everyone, this is Pluto here. Welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be going over my problems with Archmastery in Wizard101. But before this video starts, if you could please like and subscribe to my channel, I'd be greatly appreciative. So let's just get right into it. So a couple of years ago, I believe actually when Novus came out, which is why I'm in Kathmandu here, Wizard101 actually added a stat to the game called Archmastery. Now, if you don't know what Archmastery is, it's actually kind of a cool stat in this game. Archmastery allows you to basically dual school. Essentially, you can get school pips, which are these little things right here, these school pips, and basically what it allows you to do is use power pips with off-school spells. So let's say I wanted a storm pip. That means if I wanted to use a storm spell, for example, I'd be able to do it first turn, depending on how many pips the spell is. But I'd basically be able to use power pips with it easier, and it's very cool. It's a very cool stat. It allows you to dual school, right? Honestly, when it came out, it was very exciting, and the spells that it came out with were very exciting too. Let's just go to the Novus spells over here. Where are they? They're right here. Star Spawn is the life one, at least. They added these new spells in Novus, and they gave them a Scroll Pip. So for this spell, it's a life spell, but you need a Fire Scroll Pip, right? So Archmastery made sense as a stat, right? It made sense. Before Archmastery, we had Shadow Pip rating, so it only made sense to also have Archmastery rating on top of it. However, there did come a problem with Archmastery when they added the school pips in question to lore spells. So, as mentioned earlier, Nova spells were given school pips. For example, Starspawn was given a fire pip, but they changed every single lore spell in this game. Basically, Goatmon, your Pigsy, your Ratspin, all of them, Camp Bandit, all of them, to basically require a school pip. Now, in theory, that sounds fine, right? It doesn't sound that bad on paper, right? But there is a problem with that when life's only 4-pip AoE spell and death's only 4-pip AoE spell require a school pip, right? And that problem was that Archmastery, you didn't unlock it until level 50. So basically, you weren't able to use these until level 50 for a little bit. But KI did eventually change that and added a jewel that allowed you to have Archmastery at level 1, right? They did change that. So now, what it was is if you had any Archmastery stat and your opponents didn't have any Archmastery stat, you would be guaranteed to get a Scroll Pip so long as you got a Power Pip. But that's another problem. As long as you get a Power Pip thing. Basically, you cannot get a Scroll Pip unless you get a Power Pip in this game. And at lower levels, when you're questing and you don't have very high Power Pip chance, you can basically be locked out of hitting for like theoretically infinite turns. I know it's not probable to be locked out for that long, but theoretically you could be locked out for many turns in a row and not be able to AoE as a life or a death wizard. And that still is a major problem. There is more of a problem now, though, and it's because Archmastery isn't just based on your opponent's stats, it's based off your teammates' stats. So let's say you jump into a fight and you have 191 Archmastery, right? Let's say your opponents have less than that. Let's say they have 190. So you would think, yeah, I'm going to get a Scroll Pip, right? But you have a little teammate in there, maybe you have a Storm Wizard, that has 192 Archmastery. On the first turn of the fight, you will never, ever be able to get a Scroll Pip. Now that is a major problem if you're a Life Wizard or if you're a Death Wizard and you don't have an AoE that doesn't have a Scroll Pip. Essentially, they don't have those. So another really major issue with them is another really major issue that came about in the new Wallaroo update was essentially they added these new Wallaroo spells, Wallaroo AoE spells. It essentially exacerbated the issue because now every school has these spells. So these new cool best 4-pip, 5-pip, I guess, AoE spells in the game, every school has them, right? So now if you wanted to use these first turn, if anyone has a school pip and you don't, if anyone has more Archmaster than you, then you're out of luck. You cannot cast your own spell. And it really, really hurts questing for especially life and death wizards. And it just makes it like super annoying, really, and it slows it down a lot. So there are several ways that KingsIsle, in my opinion, could fix Archmastery. So one of the solutions, and this is my personal favorite solution, is to make your Scroll Pips guaranteed with your wand. So essentially, a wand that gives you a power pip, like the Sword of Kings, like the Styron Hasta, every single wand that gives you a scroll pip, they should add a setting, maybe like right here, maybe you have to click like this or something, where it allows you to choose what type of pip you get, and that is guaranteed no matter what. So let's say I set this to be a life pip, right? I would always hit a life pip no matter what. But if I set this to be like a storm pip, for example, then I would always do the storm pip as well. So essentially what it would do is it would make it so it would open the door for you to be able to get multiple Scroll Pips on the first turn. So you could get a Scroll Pip from your wand, let's say you can get a different one, or you could get 2 life Scroll Pips, right? It would basically open the door for that. Now, a problem with doing that is that it would basically just kill mastery amulets. It would basically just destroy them. You would have no need to run these anymore if that was the case, because now you just get a guaranteed 2 Scroll Pips. So I can see why they might not do that, even though that's my favorite solution, right? Another solution they could do is literally just make Archmastery based on you and your enemy stats and not based on your teammates. Now, a minor problem with that solution, though, is if it's based on your enemy's stats, Life Wizards, I've solo quested my life through Novus and through Wallaroo. They have a lot of Archmastery in these worlds. You have to go out of your way to run Archmastery to essentially get Scroll Pips. So it doesn't completely fix the issue. Like I said, the first solution solves this problem more than I think any other one does, and that's mainly due to the fact that it also solves the low level solution, because if you are guaranteed to get a Scroll Pip through your wand, right, if you're a low level, let's say you're level 30 and you're using the Sky Iron Hasta, you'll still get a Scroll Pip and you won't have to worry about your power pip chance, right? I think that's the most common sense solution. And there's another solution. This solution, it does work theoretically, but it's not really good for everyone as a whole. And that solution is just to remove the Scroll Pips on Ratspin and Ship of Fools, and maybe Pigsy even, right? Or maybe these new spells. I don't think they're going to go that route personally. I think it's cool that these new spells have Scroll Pips. I don't think that they should go that route. I think that the best option for them is the first one, and that being make it so that you can get a guaranteed Scroll Pip on your wand, right? You can customize it, you can choose what you want, and then you can also customize it here, and that way you're essentially guaranteed to get this first turn no matter what happens, no matter who has Archmastery, you're guaranteed to get it, right? But this stat, whether you get this extra Scroll Pip here, is still based on your enemies and your teammate stats. Now, would the best solution, I guess, be the best of all three? Maybe you add all 3 of these solutions in, and you get rid of the Scroll Pip on just Ratspin and Ship of Fools and Deer Knight and such. You make it so that the wand gives you a Scroll Pip first turn, and you make it so that Archmastery is based only on your opponents, not on your teammates. I think that would be the best of everything. I think that would be the perfect solution. If they didn't want to remove the Scroll Pips on Ratspin, Deer Knight, or Ship of Fools, whatever, that's fine. That would still work, because you'd essentially still be guaranteed to get a Scroll Pip if they removed it from being based on your teammate. So yeah, those are some of my major issues with Archmastery in this game. I think that they could definitely look into Archmastery again and try and fix it, because it's a really cool and unique stat that people run. But I feel like you really need to change it and fix it, because it just really halts progression in the game for 2 schools, that being life and death. But maybe you disagree. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree, disagree, share your thoughts, whatever. If you could please like and subscribe to this video, I would be greatly appreciative. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.